Chattisfying.
Hello, Mother Funsters, and welcome to Season 3, the official start of Season 3, Episode 1 of Chattisfying. My name is Mellar, and today we are joined by our co-host, Angry Angel.
Hey, it's me! I'm Angry Angel, and today I'm joined by our co-host, Mellar. But what's beautiful about this is that this podcast is all about gaming and streaming. And so even when things go wrong, that gives us an opportunity to talk about it and show how we, as streamers, we have to make those adjustments or make plans for the future, and we all just kind of roll with it.
Absolutely. We're zhuzhing up the formula. We're ditching the sub game. And instead, we're going to just play a game later. But first, we've got our normal original segment 2, I think it was, which is now section 1. Then we're going to have a bit where Angry Angel talks about current affairs, which is something that we've never had on Chattisfying before because I suck at current affairs. So thankfully, Angry Angel doesn't suck at current affairs. So we're bringing in some gaming current affairs. So we've got things
it's more me just telling you stuff that's happened and that I like.
Yeah, but it's current affairs. So it's exciting to me. It's things like Nintendo Direct and games to look out for, and we might even have controversy at some point. Although I don't think we have anything queued up at the moment. I don't know, Twitch controversy. It seems to happen every day. Let's face it. So I'm sure we'll have something maybe next time. And then we're gonna review a game. And I think we've actually got 2 games on the queue today. And then we're gonna play some Kirby together and just chat, and we'll pick up any random questions from you guys that didn't fit the topic.
Yeah, check out your channel points. You should have an option to ask us a question, and you can ask us any question. It's our option to answer it or not, of course, but you can ask us a question. And if we're talking about anything that you'd like to share a comment or an opinion about, feel free to use that channel point option as well. And we'll be sure to include your input as part of our discussion. And those channel points, I think, are pretty cheap. They're very
cheap.
small. And you can ask us anything, whether it's related to what we're talking about or not. Anything that's not related to what we're talking about, we'll answer those questions during the game segment today. But if you have something to say while we're talking about what we're talking about, definitely feel free to chime in.
Hell yeah. I'm so in for this. I've been looking forward to this for weeks, honestly. So let's get straight into it, shall we? So the topic today is gameplay versus personality, which is a question that I think a lot of newbies kind of ask themselves, or maybe at least think about subconsciously when they're sort of setting up for streaming. And I think it's something that a lot of people maybe get wrong at first, because I think a lot of people put I think they put the gameplay, they weight it too high. Because honestly, I don't think gameplay matters a shit unless you are literally one of the best people in the world, and I literally mean maybe in the top 20 in the entire world for that game. And that wouldn't be a popular game as well. If it's an unpopular game, I'd say maybe the top 1 or 2. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Otherwise, people don't join streams for gameplay at all, really. At least I find not in any of the streams that I've sort of enjoyed, joining. And if anything, to be honest, I think people enjoy bad gameplay.
I feel like I get the most engagement when I am being terrible. Maybe not terrible, but there's a humanness to not being the best, because like you said, there's very few people that are just top notch at the game.
Mm-hmm.
They go in, they either speed run it, or they know how to do the right builds or the right things and set everything up, and they just go, and you're watching for the master class. Anybody else embracing the fact that you're getting it wrong is going to make people laugh. It's a great connection point. I think it's and being someone who's playing a lot of games for the first time, there's also the openness of the community where everybody's played that game. Everybody's made that mistake. Everybody's holding their breath to wait for you to make that mistake. And how you handle that really is the personality side, which, like you're saying, is more important than if you get it right every time.
And I think as time goes by as well, it becomes even more the case. Like sort of 5 to 10 years ago, you could get away with gameplay only, and that being your focus more than you could. Like, it was still difficult, but you could get away with it more than you can now because there's so much sort of saturation on Twitch. If someone wants to watch someone just play the game, they're actually probably not going to go to Twitch. They'll probably go to YouTube. But even if they're going to go to Twitch, there's a million other people doing exactly the same thing. So the sort of the unique thing that people will stay for has to be the personality, really, because there's not much else you can do. That, and I don't know, like channel point redeems and stuff. But the personality is so important. I think a lot of streamers I know, like, they don't. The ones I hang out with and I enjoy watching, they don't really change who they are for their stream, but they turn themselves up to 11. I know that I do. I sort of turn it up to 11 in order to sort of have the energy to stream. Because if I was just sitting here playing a video game on my own, obviously I wouldn't be chatting and talking, and I'd just be sitting there. I mean, that's my face when I'm playing video games.
Oh yeah, like you're in your own you're in your own world. Yeah, and the husband has commented on it too, because I'm myself. But it's kind of like I've learned how to be my own play-by-play. And, you know, the art of watching chat, talking about what's happening in game, and then reacting to the stuff that's happening in game. I am not sure. Like, I know my usual personality is to avoid interaction. That's something that people will learn more about me as we do this podcast. But basically, I've moved so many times that I don't really have like a core set of friends, like in person. Yeah. So I've kind of learned to be my own thing. And so it's kind of nice to have that interaction like this, and kind of rediscover the part of me that is chatty, that spends time with people and discusses things and feels safe doing that. Which again is personality. Like who cares what game I'm playing? We're just talking while I'm playing a game. It's like having music on in the background, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Having said all of that, though, like, I don't think it comes naturally to everyone. So some people sort of start and maybe they haven't quite got there in terms of the personality, and they're like, oh, I'm obviously not very good at this, I quit. And it's like, well, no, if you give it a little bit more time, you'll get there. Like, even if you sort of go back to my old, like really old stuff, and like I mean, it's cringe, but it's not, the personality isn't really there. I mean, I wasn't really streaming to stream at that time, to be fair to myself. I was streaming just to be like, you know, guys from the guild, watch this, you know, this was for them. And because I kind of didn't really take it seriously at first, it kind of was all right for me. But a lot of people, they sort of start expecting everything to just fall into place straight away. And it just doesn't go like that. Like, you have to suck at something before you're even all right at it. And you have to be all right at something before you're good at it.
And it's like Mana says, how do I become a better personality? So what I tell
just a
people
pretty
a
face,
lot,
right?
well, maybe. Oh, for Manus? Yeah, obviously, yes. It took practice. So my training is as a band director, as a musician. And so a lot of what I do, I know how to perform. I know how to speak off the cuff. Like, my education / music background kind of makes this easier for me because it's what I do for a living. So like, if you just tell me start talking about something, I can structure it in my head really fast and then talk about it.
I literally did it earlier when I was trying to balance the audio. I said, just talk about some random crap for a few seconds, and immediately you started telling a story, you know? So
because that's the survival. And so I think that's what you learn, is as you stream and as people come in and chat with you, and as you start to enjoy a game, you start just talking while you do it. Like, whoa, what's over there? And you kind of learn to be your own narrator, which is kind of, it's more about like being present rather than like a personality, I guess. because everybody's going to have a different personality. It's just can you just let it be you?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the sort of narrating your thought process, it is quite actually quite a sort of important step to get to, as well. Because some people really struggle with that. I was actually watching a stream the other day, and they said I've got, they're trying to sort of teach themselves to do it because they just sort of automatically sort of go into themselves and like when they're playing video games, and um, it's something that I think some people obviously struggle with more with than others. But it is a useful skill, just to sort of narrate your thought process as you're doing it, because that's kind of the sort of the groundwork for creating, like, I guess, a stream that is at least, because they always say you shouldn't stop talking, like for, unless you like a really like bit where you have to focus. It's like never stop talking, even if there's no one there. Act like you've got 100 people watching, all this kind of thing, and all that kind of thing. And I think a good way of sort of handling that, if there isn't anyone in chat to respond to, is to narrate your gameplay.
Yeah, and Green Tech in chat mentioned that it's fine for a YouTube vid to not talk, but for the stream you would want to. I used to play Destiny 2, and there's a Destiny 2 streamer, Esoteric, whose YouTube videos were my go-to for like how to do stuff. And they never said a word. They did text and the gameplay, and they were just so like they would do solo runs of everything. And I completely agree. I think for YouTube, if you're doing YouTube, like it makes more sense to be silent because you're posting a how-to or just like sort of a recap or a synopsis. But I think Green Tech is right. I think if you just sit there and stare, like you're not even looking into the camera, like you're looking at your TV, it makes people feel like you're not with them. And I think viewing a stream as a gathering place requires that sort of conversation, even if it feels like you're talking into the void, which teaching teenagers, that's what it feels like sometimes. So I've got lots of practice with that.
Indeed. I do also think that although there's nothing intrinsically wrong with not having a camera, it does make it a little bit more difficult on you. In that I think generally there needs to be less silence if there's no camera, because the silences are a little bit more deafening when there's no camera, because it's literally when there's no camera and there's no sound from you, all you have is the gameplay. It like you say, it kind of removes you a little bit from it. There's nothing wrong, like I say, with not having one, but it does make things a little bit more difficult for you.
Which I really enjoy a very good like VTuber too. Like in the replacement of a camera with like a VTuber persona. I have a favorite. He's L Dirty Squirrel, and it's the best rendered VTuber experience I have ever seen on this platform. And so that's a lovely, for people who maybe are too anxious or who don't want to present on camera. What a fantastic way to be present.
Absolutely.
Like that.
I find it quite interesting with sort of VTube personas and all that kind of thing, because generally, again, I would gravitate more towards someone who's got a camera. But having said that, a good VTube streamer is amazing to see, because like I feel like they've got more to contend with the fact that they haven't got a camera. So to see a VTuber sort of interact with chat and keep chat engaged is really like amazing to see, and I find it really entertaining. But I think that's kind of the that's kind of the crux of it with when it comes to gameplay versus personality, especially in today's climate. Forget about the gameplay. Honestly, you just forget it. It's all about personality and
play
streaming.
what you like.
Yeah.
Like don't pick a game that you think people want to watch. Just pick a game that you're going to sit back and enjoy playing, so that you can focus on that interaction. Because the other thing I was thinking about when you were saying that is we're headed into a time where we might be doing more online in terms of engaging and communicating and entertaining. And so the more comfortable you are in that online scenario, the better it's going to be. So just pick a game you like, sit back and just enjoy the company of others. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, I've actually forgotten what I was about to say, because Manus just brought up a really good point. That quite a lot of people will come only for a certain game. The sort of the conventional wisdom, I believe, is to that people will come for a specific game, but will stay for the personality. Generally speaking, obviously, some people, it doesn't matter how awesome you are; they'll only watch the game that they want to watch. But generally speaking, that's the idea. But what I was going to say is, yeah, by all means, you play a game that you don't know whether you're going to like or not. But if you find yourself not enjoying it, just forget about it. Like, move on. It's fine. Like, no one's gonna lynch you for stopping a game halfway through. I mean, someone might be like, "Oh, I really wanted to watch that. I'm sorry, but I hated it. Let's move on."
But with what you're saying, Manus, I hear that, but I would also say that there are a million people on Twitch playing that game. Do you know what I mean? Like, the people that are coming to watch you play that game are coming to watch you play that game. Like, they could search that game. I don't know what game it is, but they could search. Like, I'm playing Bloodborne right now on Wednesdays. Everybody shows up to watch me suck at Bloodborne. They could go anywhere and watch Lies of P or Elden Ring, or what's the new one? That Lords of the Fallen, I think, is the newest sort of Soulsborne game that's just coming out. They could go watch anybody else, but they're showing up to watch me play a Soulsborne game. So I think you're right. I think there is a combination of game with personality, but in the end, is it like they could go anywhere and watch that game, but they want to watch you with the game.
You say statistically it's not true, and yeah, like if you're looking for large numbers, then maybe it's not the best approach. But if what you're looking for is friends and fun, which I think is what we kind of advocate for. I mean, I joined the Mana stream because he was playing my favorite game of all time. I've now watched you play Hollow Knight. I don't care about Hollow Knight. I've never played it. I couldn't give a shit about that game. I'm still going to watch you play it.
Well, and the other thing too to remember is if you're thinking about statistics, I teach statistics. If you're thinking about statistics, you have to think about like probability also. So if I have 200 followers or almost 300 followers and I'm playing Lies of P, which just came out, statistically that's the game everybody wants to watch. But everybody's playing it. So all the most popular streamers are getting all the people, and I might get my usual crew. But then you could go the other end of the statistics and say, well, I'm going to play a game that hardly anybody's playing, that I might be one of the few streamers online playing that, and maybe I would get more viewers. But then you're running the risk of not getting anybody because again, so it's statistics. When you want to talk about statistics, there's so many variables you'd have to analyze, like popularity and number of followers and number of actually engaged followers. Like, that's why I say, like, pick the game you want to play, whether it's popular or not.
If you really want to make like a go of being like massive on Twitch, then by all means do that stuff. But trust me, I don't think it's not worth the pain. I've seen those websites. They make me dizzy. I hate it.
Well, like, and I wait until something's been out a month. Do you know what I mean? Like when something's been out a month, all the popular streamers have already kind of gotten their bite of the pie. And then I come in and start it. Like, I didn't stream I didn't stream Tears of the Kingdom because everybody and their mom was streaming Tears of the Kingdom. And so I'm waiting until I'm ready to play it on stream once all the spoilers are out of the way. People aren't avoiding it because of spoilers and that kind of stuff. And I guarantee everyone loved The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom enough that they're going to show up for me, even if I didn't stream it at launch. They're going to come watch me play it. And so, yeah, it just depends on what your goals are. Like, I'd like to be a little bigger on Twitch. But I'm not gonna sacrifice my comfort and my community to like elbow my way to the top.
It's on a slight tangent, although it is somewhat on the same topic. It's actually the same reason why one of the reasons why I refuse to do Spooktober and all this kind of thing, because everyone is doing it. Like, so what's the point in me doing it? I'm just putting myself in a already incredibly diluted pool. Like, I don't particularly like horror games anyway, but if I was going to do spooky season, I wouldn't do it in October. I'd do it in like July or April or something, because that's when you're actually not going to be one of a million people that are doing the same thing.
Yep.
It kind of goes into the same thing. I quite like Halloween as a holiday. I love the Misfits. They're like one of my favorite bands, and they're kind of like a Halloween thing. I always listen to the Misfits in October, but Spooktober I actually am going to hate because it's the same shit every single year, over and over again. I've been on Twitch for what, 5 years now. It's getting boring, guys. Can we please stop doing this?
Ooh, do I get beeped?
No, I have to press a button, so I'd have to know in advance.
Okay. Let's get spicy. No, yeah, it's just like because I'm not a brand new streamer, but I'm in my first year of streaming, and so the last time we met for Chattisfying, you guys interviewed me and we talked, and if I had to statistically narrow down success for any streamer that I've watched, it's consistency. It's not necessarily like, yes, the game you play is going to pull in a few more eyes. Like, I feel like I see more viewers because they know where to find me on a consistent, like, I had to cancel stream yesterday because things happened and I had to go out and run some errands, but that's the first time I've canceled in like months.
Absolutely.
Like I want to be a regular TV program. And if I do that for years and years and years, eventually the snowball is just eventually going to build up.
No, it's true. Absolutely. No, on the subject of consistency, though, I mean, I've definitely seen that as well, because I used to be quite inconsistent because I had to. I used to have a job that had not only different hours every week, but also I worked different days every week, including the weekends. So I couldn't stream a set day every single week. And I tried to do what I could. I put out a weekly schedule on Sundays every single week, as much as I could, to try and ease it. But there's only so much you can do, and almost as soon as I changed job and was able to do, it was a Thursday stream I used to do originally rather than Friday, almost immediately I started seeing sort of growth. It's crazy, like literally within about a month, things started to go, and obviously it won't continue always. It sort of slowed down, all this kind of thing, but it definitely helped a lot. I mean, just a bit sad that I can't have the same start time every single week. That would be my ideal, to be able to start at the same time and day every week. But life unfortunately has to come first.
Yeah, and please understand, I am coming from a position of privilege. I have a job that has set hours every day. Like, my shifts don't change. I don't have children. I have a husband who can take care of the dogs while I'm in here. So I've kind of built my life to be pretty low noise outside of work. So some things that I've been able to do, others can't, because my job, the nature of my job is I'm done at 3 p.m. So like every day. And I recognize that those are some, and the fact that I don't have kids is yet another privilege that I definitely take advantage of. But that's why this is as consistent as it is, and we can do this podcast and we can do all this fun stuff that other people have to work around. And again, if you know your community, when you do have to cancel, or if something comes up, or if real life comes in, that community is going to understand and still continue to come back to support you.
Absolutely.
Hot
topic.
Right, this is the new one of the new segments. This is something that Angry Angel has kindly sort of organised, and it's sort of to do with sort of current affairs within the sort of streaming / gaming space. So do you want to sort of introduce the first thing you want to talk about?
Sure. So when we were looking at past Chattisfyings, I thought, well, people might want to tune in and just hear our thoughts on what's going on in gaming or streaming today. And in September, what was really nice is both PlayStation and Nintendo came out with sort of a mini, they do their big stuff kind of in the spring and in the summer, but they always do a small preview of the next year in September. And so I watched the PlayStation State of Play for you guys. And I think Mellar can put that in the chat if you're interested in the link to that full video. We do have a link to that video. And I also watched the Nintendo Direct. Both of those came out in September. And I just sort of picked a few things that caught my eye that I thought people might be interested in.
All right, let's have a look.
Yeah. The first thing that caught my eye, because I laughed out loud when I saw it, was the trailer to a brand new game called Baby Steps. It's literally a guy or a girl, I'm not sure how the character creation works, that looks like they don't know how to walk. It's like they're a...
Do you want to watch it? We could watch it if you want.
Yeah, let's watch it.
All right, lovely. Okay. That should be all right.
Gross. Yeah. Okay, no problem. All right. Okay. Well, yeah, that might be a problem.
I love his self-talk. He's like, okay, no problem. Okay, here we go.
It's like Quap, innit? Do you remember Quap?
No.
Okay,
He's like if a potato become a man.
Okay.
And had to learn how to walk right away.
Oh, okay. Oh, that sucks.
But like, isn't this the perfect game to play and just be bad at it? Wouldn't you just be just rolling with laughter watching somebody try to figure this out?
All right. Yeah. Okay. Tree.
Oh.
And
Oh, now he's gonna step on the tree.
oh, god damn it.
Mate, are you okay? You look sad.
Oh, hey, Mike. No. That's sad. I was just taking a break from my run. So road's
How do
out.
these guys know each other?
Yeah, road's out, but no worries. Grapple points.
Oh, grapple point. Oh, just grapple. I'll grapple it.
Yeah, just grapple it with a grappling hook.
Oh, yeah, I'll just grapple that fucker with my grappling hook.
Yeah, no worries. Just grapple that fucker.
I'll just grapple that fucker.
I'll just grapple it.
Yeah, good. All right. Well, Salada.
Oh, Salada. Yeah, all right. I'll just pull out my grappling hook. I don't know where my... Oh, this is bad. Okay.
Out of where,
all
Mike?
right. Okay, this is good.
Oh no, skateboard! I forgot about the skateboard!
That is gorgeous. That is gorgeous.
I saw that in an earlier state of play, and at first I was like, this looks stupid.
Right.
And then I saw it in September, and I was like, this could be genius, this game. So what do you think? What did you think when you saw that trailer, Mellar?
Well, I couldn't stop thinking of Quap, to be honest. It was an old Flash game where you controlled the separate legs with K, W, O, and P, which is why it was called Quap. And it was just that kind of ridiculous because you were controlling each limb separately. So it was incredibly difficult to move properly. It was really silly. And it had the same kind of energy as that. Although, obviously, that was like way better graphics and like more intense gameplay. It looks like it might get old quite quickly, but it does look hilarious. And it looks like the kind of thing that you could easily like just make some sort of like community thing and just have an absolute blast with for, I don't know, a few hours here and there. I think it'll probably get old after a while.
I am wondering how it ramps up the difficulty.
Yeah.
Like if you get certain skills like riding on a skateboard or something like that, how that process works. But based off the trailer, it just looks fun.
It did also kind of remind me of Octodad, which I've watched streams of, and it's hilarious. It's so much fun to watch. So it definitely has a lot of potential.
So There's another game that I did not need to watch the trailer for because I'm sure everybody's seen it. Is that PlayStation is coming? A game that's coming to PlayStation is called Foam Stars, and it looks like Fortnite, but instead of guns and stuff, it's just foam.
Okay.
Everywhere. I'm not really into Fortnite or Overwatch or things like that. I don't play a lot of PvP type games, but if you are into PvP type games, you might want to check out Foam Stars. People who are into Fortnite and Overwatch have kind of made fun of it a little bit because I think they're serious about Fortnite and Overwatch and having the skills to be good at those games. And this game might feel a little bit like a hey guys, don't take this so seriously kind of move. But if you're a PvP person and looking for it, maybe a more relaxed PvP experience, Foam Stars might be for you. I don't have a link for that, but they do it in the full state of play video. They do show a trailer for that one.
Okay.
And of course, the big upcoming, very exciting release is the Spider-Man 2 with both Miles Morales and Peter Parker. And I stole it from, who did I steal it from? Arctic. He posted in the Discord the release trailer. And so I do have a link to that as well for your enjoyment. So that's basically all that caught my eye in the PlayStation State of Play. A lot of the big PlayStation games have come out this year, and it doesn't look like they have a lot of big releases for early 2024 that would be sort of my community's vibe. But again, you can watch the whole State of Play, and if you see something you're excited with or excited about, share it with our Discords. Come on in and talk about it, and we could talk about it on a future podcast.
Indeed.
So the Nintendo Direct, so we will be playing on Switch today, Mellar and me. And so Nintendo is coming out with a bunch of Mario-related stuff. Some of them are remakes, and one of them is Mario Wonder. They're calling it Mario Wonder. And all the same characters are there, but there are items in game that can make you turn into different things. Sort of reminiscent of back in like the old Mario days where you could get like the Tanuki suit.
And you can get the hats, can't you, in the latest Mario game, the Odyssey? You can get the hats that change you into different characters. Yeah.
Yes. And so a really, really cute flash in the pan preview of this came out recently, making fun of Bowser's obsession with Peach.
Right.
And that's this little clip.
Let's have a watch.
Have you seen it yet?
No, I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, sweet.
All
okay.
Right, let's have a look then. Here we go. What the fuck? What does that even mean? Like, what's that supposed to do? Like, what's the message?
He loves Peach, right? But then Peach is suddenly like his sort of size and type, which makes it even better. I think that's no matter what shape you are in, you can be attractive. You can play you know what I mean?
Is that what you got from that? Because that wasn't really what I got from that at all.
What did you get from it, Mellar?
Horny Bowser.
Oh yes,
that's all I saw.
Oh sure, yeah. Because he loves the princess. That's why he steals her all the time.
Right.
But now he's like, wait.
Is it love though, or do you think it's just infatuation?
Well, but the Venn diagram of love and infatuation.
If I'm being really real to you, I think we might be overthinking this just a little bit.
No, I just think it's cute that we get to see Bowser just be very excited about an elephant peach. I
Yeah.
think would you still love me if I was a worm? Would you? The message is we wouldn't have any Mario games if Peach was ugly. What?
I didn't get that from the
Maybe.
message at all. I got completely the
I think
opposite.
I think he'd steal her more often. We'd have double the Mario games. And then how would we rescue an elephant Peach?
Yeah,
I just thought it was cute.
that was incredibly random, but it was quite fun.
And I'm allowed to be random, because this is my segment, and I get to be. The thing I was really excited about is they announced the construction of a Nintendo museum in Kyoto.
As if there wasn't enough reason to go to Kyoto already. It's literally the most beautiful city in the world.
So our next trip is Japan. Of course, when is that going to happen? But I almost want to wait until it's done.
I have a big list of places you could go in Kyoto, honestly.
But I want to go in the Nintendo Museum because I bet there's a ton of stuff in Japan that they can put in the Nintendo Museum that American Nintendo users have never even seen or experienced. And I would love to see what those things are.
Like all the inappropriate stuff that they took out. The American audience.
Yes. I'm just really excited to travel to Japan and see this museum because I bet there's a whole area of this museum where I'm just gonna be like, what
the hell, yeah.
is all this stuff?
Yeah.
So Mellar, the other part of sort of what current events are is the Game Awards.
Right.
The Game Awards.
Right.
And those are going to be streaming live December 7th of this year. And I was wondering if you wanted to share with us what your hopes for Game of the Year are.
Tears of the Kingdom, Tears of the Kingdom, and Tears of the Kingdom. Honestly, like I know that because Baldur's Gate looked amazing, but it's Tears of the Kingdom for me all the way, 110 million%. I think it might struggle just purely because it came out so near the beginning of the year. I think a lot of people have forgotten just how freaking good that game is. But it's so freaking good. Oh my god! Like I did not expect it to be half as good as it was, and it just blew me away. Honestly, I think I like it almost as much as I like Ocarina of Time. And for anyone who knows me, that is a massive, massive thing to say. So it really, for me, it has to be Tears of the Kingdom or bust, to be honest. I know there's other great games out there, but that's the one for me.
Yeah, with me, I know when was it Diablo 4 came out, people thought it was going to be Diablo 4, and then Diablo 4 kind of petered out really quickly. And then Baldur's Gate came out, and everybody has really been enjoying Baldur's Gate. But something that I always kind of keep in mind about games like that is, while it seems really popular, it's really meant if you don't already play Dungeons and Dragons, it's got kind of a learning curve to it. And so when I think about a game of the year, I try to think of a game that anybody could play and that it's a game that everybody could enjoy right from the get-go. Like right from the first moment the game opens up, is this something that is available to everybody? And so when I think about Baldur's Gate, for me, it would be a huge learning curve, the entry. Whereas the husband is a Dungeons and Dragons player, and he's been playing Baldur's Gate. He went right in, he created his character and all of that stuff, rolling for initiative and all these other things. If you don't have that background, the game, you're almost sunk before you start. There's so much to keep. It feels like too much to keep track of. So for me, based on the games that I've played that came out this year, it would definitely be Tears of the Kingdom.
Absolutely.
I think it has to be.
I also think that, I'm really glad that Baldur's Gate came out and it was great, because there were so many people that were excited for it. And I think it would have been such a disappointment if it hadn't been amazing. And it sounds like it exceeded expectations. But if you think sort of from a year from now, how many streams do you think there are going to be of Baldur's Gate? How many do you think there's going to be of Tears of the Kingdom? You know, I think that Tears of the Kingdom has more replayability and restreamability in that kind of way. I don't know, man. I mean, I'm biased, but I really feel like it should be Tears of the Kingdom.
DC. I don't even think Diablo places. Nobody's talked about Diablo.
I'm actually not entirely sure Starfield places, to be honest. It looks all right, but
oh yeah, and apologies to Starfield isn't my cup of tea, but in preparation for today's discussion, I have been watching streamers play Starfield. Guys, it's I don't know how it's more boring than Skyrim.
It's Skyrim in space.
Wow.
It's exactly what it is. It's Skyrim in space.
Well, sure.
So if you like Skyrim,
space,
you'll probably like it, but you don't like
or
Skyrim.
it's Fallout in space.
Yeah.
But it's so like it's for people, but like in terms of a game that hooks you and like draws you in and just it immerses you, I just don't know. Like I like, and of course everyone's gonna go to the mat for the game that they love, but I just feel like even with Starfield, like how if you haven't played Fallout or Skyrim or Elder Scrolls prior to Starfield, you're lost. It's this giant map of everything, and how are you even going to know what to do? So yeah, take it back.
The gun emote.
Yeah. But yeah, I think for a game, like I literally played this game all year. I'm still playing it. I'm playing it while I'm replaying Breath of the Wild. I've got over 200 hours in Tears of the Kingdom, and that's in addition to the streaming stuff that I'm doing. Like I play it for fun. One time I just rode a dragon around. I just got on top of a dragon and let it take me places.
I watched
just to look at stuff.
I watched a stream a couple of weeks ago where they landed on a dragon, and they were literally on the dragon for like 20 minutes, and we were all just chilling. Yeah. It was amazing. You're thinking like nothing was actually happening, really, but we were just chilling. It was amazing. You were looking at all the amazing vistas and all this kind of thing.
Well, and you go underground too, and the music is so good, because we haven't talked about the music in games either.
Yeah,
like the different soundtracks that apply to the different areas of the game that create that atmosphere. That I just don't feel like I've seen in other games. Tears of the Kingdom is an experience. Where other game it's an all-inclusive resort of insanity. Although I could have gone without the building. If I had to critique the building of the vehicles and stuff.
It was fun, but it was finicky. I think if it had been easier to do, then it would have been a lot more fun. I do find the building is a little bit annoying, but it's definitely not a perfect game. But it is. I have to say, I was so blown away by it. I really wasn't expecting much. But it was very good. It was very good.
And Hannah, I agree with you. The Skyrim soundtrack is very good, but Skyrim isn't up for Game of the Year this year. So we can't. I'm not comparing to Skyrim. I'm comparing to things like Starfield and Baldur's Gate, like the soundtracks of those games. But in terms of a game that's stuck around, that's playable, that's got a good atmosphere, and it's accessible to everybody, Game of the Year for me has got to be Tears of the Kingdom. I just don't know. Yeah. I don't know how anything else can top it.
No, I agree.
Game review.
Oh yeah.
So what we're gonna do is for this is we're gonna watch a review that I've got on my YouTube, or a game that I've already reviewed, and then we're gonna talk about it. And the game that we're gonna review that we're gonna watch is Twilight Princess. Because I think it's quite an interesting game to review, and maybe you'll see why if you listen to the review. We're about to watch the review. I will just preface this. I'm not really sure what was happening on the day that I recorded this, but the audio sucks in this. I'm really sorry. It's so badly balanced. You can barely hear me over some of it. But keep with it. Bear with it. I said bear with me, but bear with it, and let's listen to this review, and then we'll talk about it afterwards. Here we go. That's the end. Twilight Princess is a great game with a gripping story, great pace, and a perfectly sized world to explore. With the 3D Zelda games gradually becoming more and more story-driven, I feel this is the game that hits the balance
just right, with a fantastic scattering of story elements throughout the game. I feel that the pacing of Twilight Princess is excellent as well, with the gap between dungeons very well spaced both throughout the game and throughout the story. The expositional dumps are also quite nicely spaced and not too much at once. When I first played the game, I felt that Ganondorf felt somewhat wrenched in and that Zant should have remained the big bad guy. But I've come to at least partially disagree with this sentiment, as it does fit with the story, but it's only obtusely alluded to until much too late in the story. I do feel that the game as a whole struggles with tone throughout, and Zant is a good example of this. He starts the game as this quiet, menacing evil who gradually loses the mystery surrounding him and goes completely crazy by the time you actually fight him. This completely ruins the character for me. I feel that it would have been, it would have created a much more consistent tone if maybe Zant had been crazy from the beginning, but for Ganondorf to be revealed as the big bad from much earlier for that menacing atmosphere. On the subject of tone, Twilight Princess is a game that starts with absolutely oodles of atmosphere, rivaling Majora's Mask, with the Twilight providing massive amounts of the most amazingly insidious atmosphere that I appreciate very much, coupled with a feeling of incompetence against an overwhelmingly competent foe. This continues through the first act of the game until the Master Sword is obtained, but once the Master Sword is in your hand and there is no more Twilight and Link has gained a level of competency that starts to rival the enemy, the tone shifts sharply towards a much more generic Zelda game. The game loses a great deal of its uniqueness at that moment, and I feel that is a great shame. The controls for Twilight Princess utilise the motion controls of the Nintendo Wii fairly well and worked quite well overall. I felt the combat felt interesting and varied, partially as a result. The mixture of new motion mechanics met with some of the older parry mechanics from Wind Waker made for combat that actually rarely felt like I was waiting for something to happen, even when I actually was. The same cannot be said, however, for Wolf Link, who had an extremely limited moveset while in wolf form and had to wait every time he knocked an enemy to the ground for the enemy to stand back up before being able to attack again. I feel that if the combat as Wolf Link had been as solid as the fighting while in human form, the combat in this game would have been extremely good. The characterization in Twilight Princess overall is very poor, and all of the characters are either very unlikable or have no character whatsoever, even the ones that you're supposed to like. This completely ruins a lot of the emotion that the player is clearly supposed to feel during some of the cutscenes, and it's hard to feel sorry for a character that you care nothing about. One notable exception, however, is Midna, who is by far the most developed character in a Zelda game to date, Breath of the Wild not included. She is so utterly lovable right from the get-go and has a character arc that makes me as a player genuinely care about her fate by the end. She is also by far the most helpful and least annoying of Link's companions. Although she does occasionally interject with something obvious or that you've already figured out, because she's such a strong character, it doesn't feel like it's breaking the fourth wall, and it doesn't feel nearly as annoying as Fi or Navi, for example. She also has functions within the game, such as changing Link between wolf and human form, warping, and the B combat mechanic while in wolf form. If Nintendo could take a leaf out of their own book in the future and make more companions like Midna, I think everyone would be very grateful. Let's not even mention Fi at this point. Overall, I love Twilight Princess for the beautiful story that is told surrounding Link and Midna, but the game drifts far enough into generic territory that I think it's forgotten by a lot of adventure game fans that maybe aren't as into Zelda as I am. With solid temples, world elements, combat, and a fantastic story, I recommend this game to anyone who likes to be teleported to another world when they play a video game.
All right. So again, sorry everyone for the appalling audio. I made that video maybe like 4 years ago. So it's definitely worth noting because I hadn't played Breath of the Wild at the time, and I said that Midna is like the best character, not including Breath of the Wild. I would actually say that she's the best character, including Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. I think she's literally the best character in all of Zelda. But what are your thoughts on that, Angry Angel?
So The moment you said that it used the motion controls on the Wii, my entire body recoiled.
Mm-hmm.
Like every part, like I had the original Wii, and when you said that, my whole body went no. just no.
That
because
playthrough that you saw, I actually played on this. It is perfectly possible to map the controls to a normal control.
Well, and now if you play it, if it's available on Switch, I mean,
It's
Pro controller, the Joy-Cons can get thrown in the trash as far as I'm concerned. This is.
I agree.
I don't know how I could play those little Wii controllers. I know I've got them in here somewhere. Just the thin ones. Oh God, they were a nightmare. Some of those games that came out for Wii were less enjoyable because you had to like.
Honestly, though, the motion controls specifically for Twilight Princess really weren't that bad. They were a bit worse for Skyward Sword because they work differently. But the motion controls, you really didn't have to do much with the motion controls. All you had to do was just swing your arm a bit, and when you were aiming your bow, you actually had to point it at the screen. It was actually really quite minor, and it worked really well. With Skyward Sword, they used the Motion Plus, and there was a lot more that you had to do, and there was a lot of sort of sticking points with that. But honestly, with Twilight Princess, it really wasn't a problem.
And the other part where you were talking about the least annoying of Link's companions, I tasted a tier list in there.
Maybe
because I would love to do yes, Manus. That's exactly it. Some GameCube games were remade for the Wii, and the controls did not make sense.
Yeah, but that's actually one of the reasons why I thought that the motion controls on Twilight Princess weren't that bad. Probably exactly for the reason that Manus just said, because it was originally designed for the GameCube, and they just mapped movement to buttons.
To the buttons.
So it really just wasn't that major. If they'd have done more major stuff like they did with Skyward Sword, it would have been more of a problem.
But yeah, I would love to do a tier list of like Link companions.
The problem is there's only like 5 of them.
Well, I guess we could do like characters. I know you've done a tier list of like the characters in the games.
Only in Ocarina of Time. Yeah, I could do the ones from other games. Yeah,
but like over time, who are the best, who are the worst, based on, I don't know, annoying levels or something. But
well, I think we all know that Fee would be the worst and the middle would be the best. But there we go.
But I've only ever played Link to the Past, Breath of the Wild, and Tears of the Kingdom. I dabbled a little bit in Wind Waker, but the controls were so bad that I just gave up. I think I played that on the Wii U. Yeah, I would be interested to hear your views on like characters that aren't in the games the whole time, like maybe characters that just show up in some of those other titles, because I know you're such a big fan that you might have more insight on that than I do. But the other thing I wanted to ask you about is, are there other Zelda properties that you would say fall into the category of forgettable by people that aren't as big a fan of the franchise as you are? Like, are there other titles? Which one?
Hyrule Warriors.
Oh, Hyrule Warriors.
100%. Because it's basically just Dynasty Warriors, but with Zelda skin. So if you're not a big fan of both franchises, they're incredibly forgetful, in my opinion.
but the other ones are okay. Like you would recommend them.
I don't know of any other ones that I can think of off the top of my head, to be honest. I mean, there was Link's crossbow training on the Wii. I don't know. I've never really played any of them.
Oh yeah, the Wii really went all in with those motion controls, man. They really wanted you to get in there.
Kaboom! Yeah, no, I never really. I very much stuck to the mainline Zelda games. If I'm honest with you, I didn't really do any of the extra stuff. I mean, the Hyrule Warriors games do look like fun, but they don't look like something that someone isn't like hugely into Zelda would need to or want to buy. To be honest with you, and that was kind of my point with Twilight Princess as well. In that review, it starts off incredibly unique and very interesting, and about halfway through, a lot of that uniqueness just sloughs away, and it becomes a very kind of generic adventure game, in my opinion, and it loses a lot of its identity. And that's kind of one of the reasons why I think that Twilight Princess is so interesting as a game, because it starts off, because I think any sort of Zelda fan will at least be able to agree that Majora's Mask is probably at least the most interesting of the Zelda games. It's got such a strong and very strange identity, and it's quite divisive. People either love it or hate it usually. I guess apart from me, because I kind of like it, but I don't love it. But that was because I kind of came to it a little bit late. It doesn't really matter. But Twilight Princess kind of starts off in a very similar vein to Majora's Mask, but because everything feels like the world is taken over, and you feel like a really little fish in a big pond, and it almost feels insurmountable, and it's such an amazing atmosphere, like this sort of dark, twilighty atmosphere. And essentially, the twilight, you go around in the first sort of act of the game, and you get rid of the twilight. That's your one of the big the kind of the big main sort of quest for the beginning of the game is to get rid of the twilight. So by about a third of the way through the game, all the twilight's gone. Not long after that, you get the Master Sword. So you're starting to get to a point where you're a fish in a pond that's about the right size for you, and I think that is a big shame, because it kind of it means that like the rest of it is very sort of milk toasty to someone who isn't already a massive fan of Zelda, and so that's one of the reasons why it kind of gets if you're a Zelda fan, play it; if not, maybe skip it kind of thing for me. Even though I absolutely adore the game, whereas a game like Ocarina of Time, I would say I don't care what kind of game you'd normally play, just play it, you'll like it. Probably.
And I was also kind of drawn in by your comment that Ganon felt wedged in.
Mm-hmm.
How would you compare that feeling in Twilight Princess to how Ganon was dealt with in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom?
Definitely in Tears of the Kingdom, he's baked in. Like, he's fully baked in. He's a major part of that story.
Yep.
The problem with the Twilight Princess is he's not revealed as the enemy until quite a significant portion of the game in. There's this character called Zant who appears to be the big bad, and then you find out later that he got his power from Ganondorf, basically. And that's why Ganondorf feels wedged in, because it feels like the last boss of the entire game should have been Zant, and then they're like, oh, but it's a Zelda game, you have to have Ganondorf. And so they kind of wedged him in there. And that's very much how I felt as I think it came out when I was about 16, 17, so as a sort of late teen. I remember talking to my friend about it, and we both agreed. But on subsequent playthroughs, I'm not entirely sure I agree. But, I think Ganondorf does fit in. They just should have introduced him earlier.
And I felt that way about Breath of the Wild a little bit. That, you know, Calamity Ganon is this huge, swirling, menacing cloud. It's like he only has one volume. Whereas in Tears of the Kingdom, like you said, he's baked in. Like, you see him before he becomes the big bad. And so I could see why in Twilight Princess that would feel abrupt.
It does, definitely.
You don't even see him as a menace at the start.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you probably knew he was behind it, but...
Well, I think that Calamity Ganon in Breath of the Wild does suffer a little bit from this is the big bad syndrome. Just like any big bad could just replace it. You know, it doesn't have a character. It's just the big bad of the story. And I think that would be worse if it wasn't kind of it's kind of a thing for Ganon. If you play any of the older Zelda games, like the much older ones, pre Ocarina, Ganon is like that, and there's actually a lore reason as to why they've kind of they've written it all in. And there's Ganondorf, who's, you know, like coherent, but then he died, and when he was brought back, he was brought back basically sort of without much of a brain, and therefore he kind of fits into that like tropey I am just a big bad that a lot of the older ones have. So I think that's probably what they were going for with Breath of the Wild. But I mean, I think we can all agree that Daddy Dorf is the GOAT. And it's just in Tears of the Kingdom, he's just such a much more compelling and interesting bad guy, isn't he? And it's just so much fun to watch, like the memories and get to know what he
and
he
no
was like.
spoilers. Don't worry, Hannah. We're not going to spoil you.
No, I won't spoil it. But just as a generic thing, when you do finally face off him, it's so absolutely gratifying when you finally get to give him his, because you understand the character. Whereas in Calamity Ganon's case, you're like, yay, I killed the boss, I defeated the game, tick for me. You know, it's a much more sort of generic feeling. There's not much heart in it.
Yeah, no, but it sounds like something, because I am meaning to play through the Zelda games eventually on stream, starting with Link to the Past and then coming. I'm not doing the old Nintendo.
I would not recommend the old Nintendo
bleep blorps around the screen. I'm not doing that, but
Yeah.
I have played Link to the Past, so I'm familiar with how that game flows. And then the stuff in between that and Breath of the Wild will all be basically new to me. So I'm excited to play through those and to maybe add to the comments that you've made.
The games between are all the ones I know are like the back of my hand, so I'll be very happy to watch those, I assure you.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on Twilight Princess. Absolutely lovely. I love it. I think it's great, but from a more kind of objective view, I don't think I don't think it's a game that people should jump straight into if they are looking to add themselves to explore the franchise. Only once you're into it, then maybe think about it. All right, shall we move on to your bit of the segment, because you wanted to talk about Biomutant, didn't you?
I'm going to put a YouTube link in the chat.
Oh yeah, do you want to watch it on the thing or?
Yeah, just to give people an idea of what it looks like, since I don't have a video review of it. This is its release trailer, I think.
Okay, it's just over a minute long. Let's bring this up.
So I played Biomutant, and it's a post-apocalyptic story where you play a little apocalypse raccoon.
Right, should we watch the video first or?
Sure. Yep.
Alcohol reference, blood, crude humor. Loving the sound of it already.
The world as they knew it crumbled as nature retaliated. It would never be the same again, and what remained of it became ours.
All right. So I did notice, I'm not sure how well that translated, by the way, but that is a very pretty looking game. Thank you very much for the raid, by the way. Sad Little Space Ghost, what an adorable name. Welcome in.
Hi, Raiders.
But no, go on. What did you want to say then about Biomutant?
So what Manus said in the chat is exactly what I want to address, because when this game first came out, it got super bad reviews, and so everybody avoided it like the plague.
I see.
And so I got it as a free PlayStation game because I'm a PlayStation Plus member, so I get those 3 monthly free games every month. And this game has everything. It looks beautiful. You can customize your character. There is an extensive and in-depth weapons crafting system and armor crafting system. You can choose to play as a gunner, as a meleeist, as an abilities type person. You use certain bio sort of chemicals that you collect, that you can have fire abilities, ice abilities, air abilities, like all the sort of elemental type powers. You can play as a 100% kung fu character and just master the different moves without a weapon. There's very clear places to go and things to do, but it's also very open world, so you can take it at your own pace. It never felt grindy to me. It never felt like I had to go put in my time so that I could do the next big thing. There are so many things to do that you're always doing something new and naturally leveling up. When I finished the game, I hadn't 100%ed it, but I had discovered so many things that I just hadn't taken the time to learn that it made me want to go back and play it again and try it a different way. Because another element of the game is that you have an aura. And the decisions that you make in the game turn your aura either light or dark.
Ooh.
And certain characters will interact with you differently if your aura is dark versus if it's light. And certain abilities are only available to you if you're dark or light.
I see.
And so there's this sort of element of it's not the kind of game that's going to force you into one of three endings. There have got to be different endings to this game that I haven't seen.
Yeah.
It's just there's so much about it that I feel so bad that people missed because on launch it got such bad reviews.
Why did it get bad reviews? What were people complaining about it?
I honestly don't know.
Oh.
I would have to look up past, but it came out in 2018. And so I suspect that it suffered from what a lot of open world games suffer from, which are bugs.
Right.
Just in everything, and they probably had to patch it all up. And so me playing it in 2023, I had the benefit of everything having been patched, and I had a beautiful experience.
Nice. Essentially, Rush game felt very empty. Everything that it did have was the same shit 100 times. So you didn't get that feeling at all.
No, and
Amazing.
then something else I forgot to mention is there's different biomes throughout the open world. So like you're going to go to a desert area and an ice area and a forest area. Like I can't think of a game other than Tears of the Kingdom that has the variety that Biomutant had.
Wow.
At a discount price.
Oh, there you go. That is interesting. It does look like the kind of game that I would enjoy, but at the same time, I do find that it is very easy for open world games just to get incredibly dull incredibly quickly. That's one of the reasons why I was so impressed with Breath of the Wild when I first played it, and even more impressed when Tears of the Kingdom, which was at first what felt like the same shit, different day, just completely blew me out of the water and really impressed me. So yeah, I think I definitely played some boring open world games in my time, so or tried to. So it'd be interesting to see how I'd fare with this kind of game. It looks amazing. It looks very cute. The visuals look incredible, and
it was just released on Nintendo Switch.
Well,
this
there you
year.
go.
So if you've been waiting or you haven't experienced Biomutant and you're a Switch person, it's now available for Nintendo Switch where it wasn't before, and you'll get to take advantage of it being completely patched and beautiful and full of things to do.
On a slightly off topic, but I literally yesterday bought Final Fantasy X for the third time in my life. I bought it this time for the Switch so I can play it in bed. And I started playing it last night. Oh my god! It's my second favorite game of all time. It's just it brings back so many fond memories. I love it.
No, but definitely check it out. It did get horrible reviews, but I really, really enjoyed it, and I only really scratched the surface of all the things you can do. So yeah, you'll have a good time.
Amazing. All right then. Well, thanks for hanging out, updating. We'll see you soon. I think we're gonna move.
Have a good night, updating.
Yeah, I think we're gonna move to the final segment. We're gonna play a game.
Would you like to play a game?
Do you guys want to know what game we're gonna play? We're going to play Kirby All-Stars on the SNES.
Help! All the food from Dreamland has been stolen. Hurry, Kirby, or everyone will starve. Oh my god.
They don't pull their punches, do they?
Jesus. How? Who stole it?
Oh, King Dedede.
I don't understand. Spring Breeze, let's go. Fresh as a spring. Is this your first time playing? Yes. I've got to learn how to fart out a Mellar.
Welcome to the beginners show.
The beginner's show.
For all you first-time players
out there.
Here's how we play.
Yeah.
We play nice, don't we, boys and girls? This is the controller. This is the controller. It's that great thing with the purple buttons. Except mine had multicolored buttons.
This is Kirby.
He's our hero. Oh, he's a jolly fellow. Move Kirby left and right by using that on the control pad. You won't accomplish anything just sitting there. Wow, all the sass. When you see a door...
But I love this, though.
On a control stick.
Push up.
It will take you to the next area. How to jump.
But I love this.
It's adorable, isn't it? Jump by pressing B.
No,
Jump over enemies and obstacles. Now let's take the food off the obstacle. Food restores energy.
What?
Whenever you find food, take it.
Look, this is just how I live life.
There is food up in the sky. Fly up and get it. So if you keep pressing A to jump, I think it probably will tell you. Oh, is it B? Yeah, keep pressing B. Good job. Use the fly function when Kirby is about to fall off a cliff.
Honestly, this is brilliant, though. This is brilliant. Instead of having to learn it in the moment, I have asked for this in so many games. To have like a little tutorial. That would be amazing.
Yeah, I mean, they can go over it. I mean, I didn't mention it, but in the actual segment, but the tutorial part of Twilight Princess is way too freaking long.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and next time in the review, I'm going to review Immortals of Avium.
Okay.
Which also has a way too long tutorial section.
Okay.
I sucked him up.
So you can spit him back out again.
Blech.
Blech.
Well, it's nice to know I don't have to hold the button down. This time could be a bit difficult. Sure. You did it! Jump and spit. That sounds like something you pay extra for. There's that wholesome overlap. Wait, did I miss?
No, you got him. Oh no, I think you did miss.
Man, that's some bullshit. No! I'm bad. Okay. You did it. I did it. Okay. Jump and spit out a star. Okay.
There you go. Nice job. That's all for the beginner's show.
Okay.
You'll be fine as long as you remember the things you practiced. So you know how how you suck in the enemy?
Yes, I'm familiar.
If you suck in certain enemies, you can swallow them and gain their power. And if you then click on the same button that you use to swallow them, you create a dude, and the dude is me.
Okay, so hold on.
I think it tells you about this next, actually. So if you jump on the star.
Jump onto the warp star.
Yeah, Green Tech is the person who lent me the SNES when I was 10.
So Green Tech, something we were talking about as we were preparing for this podcast today is I brought up the idea of someone who has played this so much they could do it with their eyes closed.
Suck this dude.
Oh shit. Okay.
And then press the button on the right. This button, the A button.
A button.
Now press A again. And look, it's a dude. Hi. That's me.
Can I suck you?
You can't suck me, but if you press A again while I'm nearby,
I can take your power.
Yep, I'm gone now. But if you suck that in, you have to suck it in quickly because otherwise it despawns. And then swallow it again, and then press it again. You can just do it in a loop.
Okay. I have a skill. But we were talking about how it can be frustrating to learn a new game when the person teaching you could do it in their sleep. Yeah. Because in their mind,
Go through this door.
Wait, I want this bird though. Oh, I just ate him. Oh god.
It's some of them don't provide powers.
Nutrients.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not just in it for the hammers, Mellar. Oh.
Kiss.
Come here, asshole.
There you go.
No, I don't want to. Oh god, Mellar's kissing me without consent.
There you go. You got a power now.
Oh, I have a power. All right, do I go back through the door?
I can't use the doors. Man plays this as much as more. Honestly, you could probably play it with his eyes closed.
Well, I wasn't using the door. Oop. Oh no. Warp star.
Wish I had a lot. You feel left behind.
This is
Yeah, it's
This
one of the
isn't
cool
so
things
bad.
I like about this game though, because as the assistant dude, I literally can't rush ahead. The game won't let me.
Yeah, keep it together. Wait, why can't I suck anything?
Because you've got a power. You can't suck when you've got a power.
What is this? What is this sock asshole?
You have to suck the.
Hey!
You see that the star?
Oh.
You need to suck the
Yeah.
star to get the power back, and you can swallow it, and you'll get whatever power you lost back.
Yeah, get wrecked, asshole.
So we've got some questions.
Okay.
So hold on, where were they? Manus asked, what color was the dress?
Who cares? I don't wear dresses.
Do you remember the dress though? That dress that was either blue
It
and
was
black.
like blue or white or whatever.
Yeah, it was either white or was it white and gold or black and like dark
Black
blue?
and-
Do you,
Yes. God, what year is it, Manus?
What year is it, Manus? Funny enough, it was both to me. It depended on what I'd looked at before, like just beforehand.
Well, it's like a magic eye, right? Like if you stare at something, it looks like it's moving.
Yeah, exactly. It was what's it like a thingy what's it called when?
Look at optical illusion.
Yeah, it's like an optical illusion. It kind of depended on what you'd been looking at prior. Yeah, I also saw the other one once. It's weird, isn't it? What? Just so it was very weird. I love how everyone got so like.
Oh
attacked
shit!
the
I gotta
tree.
fight this tree for no reason. Oh no, apples! Oh fuck! See, I got to swear because he didn't know it was coming. Why are you spitting at me, tree? This is unacceptable. Oh!
There you go.
His
That's the first
tears-
level.
Oh. Hooray!
It was quite. I thought it was quite an interesting thing, like because he didn't take it knowing that was going to happen. Unacceptable.
Unacceptable.
And then the other one that we had, Logistics asked, would you consider using ESDF for movement on PC games rather than WASD? My answer to that is, yeah, why not? I don't see it really makes a difference. I mean, you can still reach the space key with your thumb, right?
Art, what are you talking about?
But you know, normally on PC games, you use WAS and D as the movement keys, right?
W, E, S, and D.
W, A, S,
Oh yeah,
and D.
they're all kind of next to each other.
Yeah, and they said, would you consider using E, S, D, and F instead? I'm like, well, I don't think it really matters.
What?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So,
I'm
yeah,
not,
I'd
I'm not a
consider
PC gamer.
Oh, I used to be. I've only recently seen the light.
Do you see him taking advantage of me in this game?
I needed the health. You didn't.
Girl, you just keep grabbing me and like kissing me and you don't even ask. You don't
Wait.
even ask. You just... Oh no! I want that snowman! I want that shit.
Yeah, I'll take
Get
the
out
other
of
one. Right.
Give it. Oh, come here. Oh shit!
There you go. You got it.
Nice! Wait, hold on.
You can't hurt him.
What's happening?
Someone drew that at work today, so I thought it was really funny. He said, "How weird is that? What weird coincidence? You're gonna want to take that."
There you go. Oh!
Okay, I'm dead, but don't worry about me. Take that and then just walk, because you become invincible. So just walk.
Goodbye! Get out of here. Oh no! I need to fart out of my... What?
Just touch
I
him.
don't
Just
even
touch him.
have a
Just
power-
touch him.
Oh, okay.
You
Oh,
can
this
suck him
is-
in though if you
Oh,
want.
this is
he's gone.
Mario. This is Mario rules.
Yeah. Because you were
I'm not
invincible.
I'm not just invincible,
Yeah.
but I hurt people.
Yeah. You'll be asleep soon. Oh, look at you, Manus. Aren't you cute?
Come here. Hit A, and then hit A again.
I think this one
Oh,
can't
no, wait,
be
I'm-
copied
Whoa!
because it's a one-use only thing.
Goodness gracious.
This guy can though.
Come here.
I'll be this dude.
Squirts.
Yes, you're adorable because you do normal people things.
What is this
Nope.
nonsense?
I don't know why I didn't turn then. That was really weird.
What? Oh, I just gotta kill these guys?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have an ability. I'm just gonna suck them.
You can suck their green boxes and then spit them back out at them.
Oh, nice. I'll do it. Hey, come here. I want to suck this. Get out of here. Oh!
There you go.
Okay.
Yay for normal people things, exactly.
Normal people things. Oh yeah, fuck man, I love a good routine. Let's go.
Let's do a dance. Does anybody else have any questions they want to ask us? Just random questions. I can probably think.
Now's
of
the time. Like if you wanna ask us weird questions, you can ask. Make it interesting.
I've got a this or that question for you.
All right.
Misquoted movies or mistaken lyrics?
I love mistaken lyrics.
Yeah, me too.
Yep. If you're singing what you thought you heard on the radio, that's fantastic.
Yeah. The dress was both, but I saw it
Oh, yeah,
mostly
both.
as yellow and gold.
Where's my? I thought I was supposed to have. Oh yeah, there's my sword. Get wrecked, nerds! Ooh, food. Oh yeah, you take the food. I don't want. Oh god. Oh my god! Get out of here. Woo! Right, let's get out of here. Ooh.
Yeah, I agree. I love misquoted lyrics, but I find generally. Oh dear, I think I'm dead. Okay, it's fine.
It's okay. I can squirt you out.
I find usually like commonly misquoted movie quotes kind of annoying.
Yeah, it's like with that. How did you mistake it?
I mean, some of them are okay. Some of them are what's it called? Mandela effects. Like the whole "Luke, I am your father" is never actually said. It's "No, I am your father."
Yeah.
I probably should have let you suck him, shouldn't I?
Oh. It's fine. Go for it.
Yeah, suck him. You get his a little one's power.
Nice.
Because I'm probably gonna die. Because this is not the optimal dude for this fight at all. Oh, there we go. We managed
Oh no, we did it.
it. What colour are your socks? I only have black socks. I have a very boring sock drawer. They're all exactly the same. The good thing is though, I don't need to match them because they're all the same.
I thought there's usually like a sock. Yeah, mine are all the same too, but I hate wearing socks.
Oh really? You're a sandal
Yeah, I
wearer?
hate it. Well, in Florida, that's more acceptable
Yeah, that's fair.
than in other places, I think. But wearing socks makes me feel too hot.
Oh, I understand that.
I want this ice cream cone. Like some people, when they wear hats, it makes them feel too hot. For me, it's if my feet are covered.
Oh, fair enough.
I feel too warm. But yeah, mine are just... Are these flowers not background?
No.
Oh, they're
enemies.
they're ouchies.
Yeah.
They're ouchies. Oh, my socks are white ankle socks, like just really basic. Okay, I need to suck something. Hold on. Hey, hey!
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
I
I think our lips are sealed by the Go-Go's. Was Alex the seal? My mum used to think that all about the bass, no treble, was all a burger bass, no gerbil.
Oh, I'm invincible again. I don't know what anything is. What the fuck?
You can do that 3
Okay.
times.
Kirby! Please. I need Mellar back. Can we please? Oh, it's because it's a microphone. Oh, I understand now.
That's it now. That's the last one. So you're back to not having a power.
Oh, wait, but I can get him back. Come here. Come here.
He's not
Yeah.
someone that I can be though. So it's just your ability. What was another one?
Oh, bomb dude. Oh no, wait, I don't want to kill this guy. Oh, I gotta just use my abilities, right? Ooh. Yeah, that's right. Get wrecked. Ow! I forgot what we were talking about.
Misheard lyrics.
What the? Where did that even come from? I just killed that.
They respawn if you leave the page, I think.
So that's so unacceptable. Wait. Oh my god.
Unacceptable.
It's unacceptable. All right, come here. Come here. Farts. Farts. There we go. I farted out a Mellar. Yay! Ooh. Ooh, I'm gonna die.
I'm holding fire, so you can get someone. There you go. We'll go through the door.
Oh!
Oh!
I thought that was you.
Yeah, I'm a different color, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, come here.
Okay, so now we've both got
Yeah,
the
there we
same
go.
ability.
Oh. Yeah, I get wrecked.
What's the worst game
Oh
you've
yeah,
ever
there's tons of
streamed?
songs. Cause for so long we consumed music via the radio
Yeah.
that we had to kind of guess what the lyrics were unless you bought the CD and you got like the little paper on the inside of the CD
Oh god, yeah.
and you could read the lyrics. Oh my god.
That
oh
was
my,
violence. I think you should ask for your money back. That was insane.
Yeah, that was No, get wrecked. Stop.
We're not doing very
Yeah,
well
this
against
enemy
this
is-
guy.
No. Ooh! Oh, he's like an eyeball cloud. Hey, get out of here! Ooh! I'm dead.
We died.
DED!
Mellar, I already know the answer. It's Pokemon Scarlet. Can I recommend the guys rather than the these guys?
The brr guys?
These guys, but without the hats, the umbrellas.
These guys?
Yep. And could you throw your thing at me as well, so I can have that one too?
How do I... What?
So you, yeah, that's it. And then I just hit into that and I become one. And then what we can do is if we like zone up here and then zone back down, they respawn. So we
Okay.
can go back down again. And look, there they are again.
Ooh. Oh, no, go down. Down. Go down to suck. Wait.
Where did they go?
Where?
We could go down lower, I suppose. And then just jump up. And they'll respawn. There they are, look. Suck him. That'll do. Still better than the other one.
Alright.
Alright, wish us luck.
What's the worst game I've ever streamed? Well, I would have said Skyrim, but I actually had kind of fun last week streaming
I'm really
it.
glad that you had fun with that.
But
I feel like we're
like I told
finally
Mellar,
getting somewhere.
I think the reason I'm having fun. Oh my god.
Oh no!
The cloud just zoomed over me and just shat
We'll
in my
do the
face.
same as last time, it's fine. Oh!
There we go.
You don't have to kill these ones, we can just go.
Okay. I think it's Immortals of Avium.
Yeah.
I pre-ordered that game and I was super excited because it's been a while since I've played a first-person shooter. Because I was really a Destiny/Destiny 2 player for a very long time. And so I kind of... No! He did his... Yeah, oh, he almost got me with that move again. Now I don't have a power.
Oh,
Ooh,
we got him!
we got him! Oh,
Yeah.
oh, God, that was lucky.
Yeah, just in time, mate.
So I was excited to have a fantasy type game that's a first person shooter, and instead of guns, it's like your magical abilities. And
Yeah.
I spent a 3-hour stream in the tutorial,
My,
and it was
yeah.
so boring. Oh my god!
And my answer was literally, Pokemon Scarlet. It was so bad. If you want to see something funny, see if I can find the link to it. Alright, I absolutely lambasted Pokemon Scarlet in this review, honestly. Oh yes. This is the best power up right here. Oh, you killed me. Okay.
What?
I think you pressed the wrong button. You killed me.
How do I throw this shit? Oh, okay. Wait. There you go.
Ah,
There you go, buddy.
that's where am I? Wait. Oh, is there not a door that we've missed? Go through the door.
Well, no, I'm trying to get like. Oh wait, let's put that back out.
See if you can get the bomb, dude. Oh, that's it.
Oh shit.
It's the boss. It's the big boss. It's King DDD. Easiest boss in the universe.
Woo!
But yeah, I don't think I've ever lambasted a game that bad, Hannah. Honestly, I absolutely destroyed it in my review.
I'm honestly surprised you played it as long as you did.
Yeah, I am a little bit as well.
It was just, and I said this to Mellar when we were talking about today's podcast, but just the visuals felt insulting.
Yeah, it did.
Just the way the game looked. I was like, wait, because I was saying, like, I played Sword and Shield, and then I played Arceus. And both of those games were really beautiful to look at. And I'm not a Pokemon from a childhood player. Like, Sword and Shield was my first Pokemon game. And I had a great time in both of those games. They were completely different types of Pokemon games. And then I saw people playing Violet, Scarlet, and whatever. And I was like, this looks stupid.
Yeah. No, I agree.
This looks like a game made for babies. Why would I...
It was very, yeah. I found it quite insulting, to be honest. I paid so much money for it. I think I'll just ask you why you're still playing this. Well, to me, yeah, I mean, I really persevered with it, but I think the point that really broke it for me was the fact that I was basically being forced to grind. And the way that I chose to grind was to do the, what they call the raids. But the game then wasn't making it easy for me. It kept disconnecting and stuff, and that was the point at which I was like, forget this, I've had enough. Arceus was beautiful. Mm-hmm. Violet was awful. I completely agree. I really hated Scarlet. I really hated it. Like my review of Sword and Shield was quite tepid, but I thought Arceus was quite good. I didn't love it, but I liked it. At least it was cute, you know, and it was fun. But yeah, my Scarlet review, I absolutely destroyed it. All right, well, I think that's a wrap. I feel like that went really well. Honestly, yeah. I think I really like the new format. Actually, I think that went exceedingly well. But if I'm honest,
what do you guys think? No, because like my feedback on the Chattisfying podcast was that it felt a little long.
Well, we've been going for 2 hours.
But it's each thing was a different thing. It was nice and broken up. It doesn't feel like I've been sitting here for 2 hours. I've had a good time. Yeah. We've talked about some cool stuff. We played some games.
Absolutely.
I love it. It felt like a fun time to spend together, and I feel chattisfied.
We're going to do another one of these. We're going to do this monthly. So do follow me if you want more. There will be more with Angry Angel. We'll do pretty much exactly the same kind of. This scenario will be the same. The topics will be different next month. You can find out when it's going to be next. It will be put up on my Discord. This is my Discord. There are many like it, but this is my own. And what you can do is you can go to the Chattisfying segment. Hold on a sec. Let me. I'll show you.
There, while he's pulling that up, so you can sign up for notifications just by clicking on the little emote. We'll talk about what games we both have access to, and we might put it up to a vote what we play. So you'll want to participate for that. And we also sometimes put out a call for things you want us to talk about. So if there are current events that you want me to look more into, you can mention that there. If there's a streamer or gaming topic like what we discussed at the beginning of the stream about like personality versus gameplay, you can share that there as well. There's a whole Chattisfying section of the Discord that you are welcome to participate in.
Indeed there is. And then there's also an announcements channel specifically for Chattisfying announcements, where we put the links up for the YouTube links for the most recent show, because they get edited and put up on YouTube. So that is a thing there as well. So thanks everyone for watching. We're going to be raiding Low Poly Misfit, because hopefully we'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to follow Angry Angel _03 if you're not already. I mean, do I really need to ask? And of course you can follow me as well. I mean, I stream 3 times a week. You stream what, 5 times a week, isn't it?
4. Monday through
go.
Thursday.
There you go. I mean, I mean, Angry Angel's amazing. I don't know about me, but I mean, there's jury's still out on me, but
Mellar's amazing. And we're so glad to be here together because two amazing tastes that taste great together
Well, there
make
you
for
go.
a satisfying experience.
I like that. That's quite punchy. Ooh, woo, man.
Yeah, thanks so much, guys.
Ooh. But no, seriously, thank you, everyone. Let's go say hello to Low Poly Misfit. But until next time, thank you very much, and hopefully we'll see you soon. Bye for now.
See you guys.
Consider yourself satisfied.